Coffee with Liz, bringing you together, chance I get. Shout outs and tributes and what you're snacking on, Liz. Liz digging canoe, bringing you together. Liz digging canoe, get ready for the show.
Good morning to everyone. My name is Liz, and this is Coffee with Liz. Every other Sunday, I have a casual conversation with one of your favorite YouTube personalities, and today is no exception because in a few minutes, I am going to be talking to Casey, otherwise known as the Key Date Kid, and the proprietor of Excalibur Shovels. Casey is in the green room as we speak, so right on. If this is something that gets you all warm and excited, something that you want a little more of, please consider subscribing to the channel. And when you do, remember to hit the notification bell and tell YouTube that you want to be advised whenever I go live or upload a video. So right on, everyone collectively, please take a second and hit the like button on this stream. It not only helps the stream to rank a little bit higher, but just one day we might be on someone's as a suggested video on someone's homepage, and the number of people in the chat is just gonna explode, and that is always a good thing. So right on. My goodness, I have to say hello to everybody. First of all, I just want to say that Casey, out of the kindness of his heart, is giving away, I'm going to let him talk about it a little more, but is giving away a custom-made shovel to someone out there today, and he's going to ship it anywhere on the planet. Anywhere on the planet. So you might want to share this stream with your friends. If you have someone that you think might need a shovel or is in dire need of a shovel, text them, do whatever, send them an email, get them to watch this, because like I said, Casey is going to give away a custom-made shovel today. Share the stream. All right. First and foremost, I need to say, before we bring Casey into the chat, I need to say hello to each and every one of you, because if you weren't out there watching, I would just be talking to nobody, and that really isn't any fun. So let me scroll up the list of people in the chat today, and I'm going to say good morning to each and every one of you, and hopefully I do not miss anybody. Finding Alabama in the chat this morning. Thank you very much, Finding Alabama. Team Clambake, front and center. Team Clambake, thank you so much. Hola to Detecto Metal. Right on. Bienvenidos. Right on. Flash Ed, Flash in Your Pan was in the stream, or in this stream, but he is in another kind of a stream. He's actually out gold prospecting today. So Flash, I hope you find the biggest nugget you ever found. Right on. Frederick Romano, also here today. Thank you, Frederick. Check this out. We have the electrician, Free Territory of Trieste, who is a former Winnipegger. That is somebody that lives in Winnipeg, which is on the west side of Canada, and kind of in the west side, kind of central west. He says, when a former Winnipegger watching from Trieste, Italy. I was out detecting earlier and found only 2 coins, but won the daily race. So there you go. Right on. Buongiorno to the detector from Winnipeg, now in Italy. That is really cool. The Country Diggers are here, says good morning to everyone. Right on. Joel Drummond Detect also in the chat. Dirt Happens is here today, says it is beautiful outside. My goodness, right on. Randolph Relic Recovery also in the house today. Mayor videos from the West Coast, kind of, not exactly the West Coast, but to the west from me. So right on, right. Detecting coppers. My goodness. Detecting coppers. And I wrote this in the chat. You might want to watch my latest video, the 4,000 subscriber winning announcement. You might want to go watch that. You might want to go watch that. That's a subtle hint. You just might want to go watch that. Who else is in my house today? The Canadian Relic Recon Steve is here today. Thank you very much, Steve. Blackbeard J is here. Right on. My goodness. Who else is here? Tripwire Straight Up Metal Detecting. Wow, at the end of his last video, he put a compilation for Memorial Day. I just want to say that the goosebumps were like majorly happening. Major. If you haven't seen that, definitely check out Tripwire's latest video. At the end, he added a little Memorial Day compilation. Wow. Good stuff. 𝗘𝗫𝗓𝗪𝗡𝗛 is checking in from Argentina. How cool is that? So we have someone from Argentina. We have someone from Italy, and who knows what else. If you are watching from non-North American country, then let me know where you're from in the chat. We don't need specifics or anything. Just let me know what country you're watching from. That would be really cool. BC Treasure Trails in the house. Thank you very much, Jason. Steve Shepard also here. Thank you, Steve. Who else is here? Oh my goodness. I really don't want to miss anybody. Oh, who was that? Oh my goodness. Somebody was in here. Who was that? Oh my gosh. My screen just went crazy. I lost somebody. Lost Wheeze, Detecting and Treasure Hunting says, good morning, campers. Good morning to you. Jimmy Cloak is in the house. Jimmy can't stay. Jimmy has to go to work. The Plumber Stacker. Hello to the Plumber Stacker. Right on. Who else? Who else is here? Lance the Gimpy Fisherman. That is a cool name, gotta say. Dawn. I hope I don't mispronounce this. Dawn Billiou in the house. Thank you very much, Dawn, for joining us today. Detecting Coppers has watched this video, and I guess he knows by now that he is the winner of my 4,000 subscriber giveaway. So congratulations to Detecting Coppers. American Woodland Relics also in the house today. Hello. Treasure Talk Jeff in the house. Danny Brower. Danny, hello as well. My goodness. Something happens. Who is in the house? Patrick is in the house, but which Patrick is in the house? Somebody was saying hello to Patrick. I can't see anything right now. So Patrick, hello, and thank you so much for joining. My goodness, if I have missed saying hello to you, and that is entirely possible because stuff flies on the chat sometimes and I do miss stuff. If I did miss saying hello to you, just put an @DiggingCanuck and I will definitely say hello to you. Diggin' Dan in the house. Thank you very much, Diggin' Dan. What? Lance the Gimpy Fisherman. Oh my goodness, I just got a pin in my stomach. Everybody put their prayers out for the Hunter GT. Appears to be in the hospital. Oh my gosh, I just got a major pit in my stomach. Wow. Lance, if you find out anything further, please keep me updated on, or if anybody out there knows anything about the Hunter GT, please keep me updated at diggingcanuck@gmail.com. Wow, seriously, I have a pit in my stomach right now. My goodness. Wow. My goodness. Wow. Okay. All right. Without further ado, I am going to I am going to bring our guest into the chat. Let me just do this. Let me just do this. Did I do that? No, I didn't. Okay, I think I did. All right, and let me do this. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you, if you don't already know him, this is Casey, the Key Date Kid. Casey, how are you today?
Hey, everybody.
How's it going, Casey? Well. Check that out. Casey, we need to do a little mug click there.
Yep, a little to the camera.
Right on. How cool is that? Right on. I forgot that. I sent that out to you.
Did you?
My goodness, I totally forgot about that. So, Casey, I have wanted to have you on the show for quite some time, and I'm really, really glad that we finally made it happen. Now, if you don't mind, I kind of was thinking that maybe we'd talk about metal detecting first, and then we would spend the last half talking about Excalibur Shovels, which is your business. Does that sound good?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. But before we do, I just you have a giveaway today. Go ahead. Tell everybody what your giveaway is.
Yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to give away any shovel on my website. So any shovel you want off my website goes to the winner. I'll ship it anywhere in the world, even to Italy. You could get yourself just a small hand digger, or you could go for the big boy models. We got this one. This is the 𝗘𝗪𝗘𝗏. This one here happens to have the T handle. Any shovel off my website goes to the winner. Get yourself a D handle. And these are entirely constructed from steel. So it's an all metal design, and it's not going to break on you.
There you have it. Like I said, like Casey just said, anywhere on the planet, he will ship it, and you have your choice of any of the shovels or diggers that he has on ExcaliburShovels.com. That you're not going to get that anywhere except for here on the Digging Connect show. So there you go. Casey, the name of your YouTube channel is called The Key Date Kid. Where did that come from?
It's almost kind of partly made up, but when I first started metal detecting and asking for permissions, I metal detected Gentleman's House, and when I finished, I had a 1908 Indian head penny, and I looked it up, and it had an S on the back, and it ended up being a key date penny. And when I told him about it, I told him online it says it's worth about $60, and he said, keep it. And he's all, and I'm all, I guess it's a key date coin. He's all, well, you're the key date kid. So that's how the name kind of got started, and I kind of thought it was clever, and I've gone with it ever since.
That is a really, really, and the 1908, that's the last year of the Indian.
1909 is
1909.
Yep.
There you go.
They had years where they made both. So 1909 they made Indians and Lincoln cents.
Okay. All right. We've had some new people join us. Marvin is in the chat. Thank you so much, Marvin, for joining us. So your channel, your YouTube channel, is kind of relatively new. It hasn't, I believe it maybe a couple years at the most, but I have a hunch that you've been detecting for a lot longer than that. When did you start detecting? How did that come up?
I started detecting. I was always interested in it. I thought it was really cool. I thought that everything you dug up was valuable, but I watched the Diggers show, and the Family Savage Diggers, that Rick Savage, he had a metal detecting show. I was really into it. I started working at at a pawn shop, and I was doing internet sales, and a couple metal detectors came through, and I was like, I want one. And I finally got my opportunity to get one, and tried it out, and I actually hiked up to a spot where I knew there would be a chance to find some things, And I took the detector up there, and I took a little gardening shovel, and I hiked about 2 miles, got to the spot. First target I go to dig, the spade falls off of the shovel, and now I have no shovel, and I've hiked up here, and I've got nothing to dig with, but the little nub now on the end of the handle. So literally, the second target I dug was a gold ring. So all together at once, I thought, hey, I'm going to make the best shovel that's not going to fall apart, that I don't have to worry about anything happening to, least likely. And now I'm hooked on metal detecting because I found the gold ring.
Oh my! What metal detector found you that gold ring?
You know, I was using a bounty hunter Landstar.
Really?
I did not use it for long, and I found 3 gold rings with that metal detector in about a year.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's a heck of a plug for bounty hunter.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
Then I went on to the AT Pro, and I have over 10,000 hours on my AT Pro.
Wow.
And then I went on to the 𝗥𝗚𝗢𝗪𝗏 when I felt like I was good enough to use the highly technical Minelab 𝗥𝗚𝗓𝗏.
Mm-hmm. It is a big difference from the AT Pro.
Yes.
Right.
Especially in ghost towns.
So you went detecting. You were detecting. You had great success with 3 gold rings. Was that something that made you create your YouTube channel, or how did that come about?
I always wanted to try it. I started with, I watched 𝗦𝗛𝗢𝗪𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏 and Aquachigger, but I really got hooked on Dr. Tones 24K.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, Brandon.
Mm-hmm.
And I was watching all of his videos, and I didn't realize that he was in Idaho right above me. And I wrote him one of those totally, yeah, one of those fan letters of how I'm like a super fan to him. And I'm sure I weirded him out.
Oh my goodness.
But he kind of got me, is a big part of, a big influencer on me. And I told my mom, I said, hey, I want to do YouTube videos. This is awesome. It's so cool to see people find stuff and see it coming out of the ground and feeling their emotions that they feel when they find something just incredible.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it. I wanted people to experience what I feel, and that's kind of how it all started. It started the first week I got my 𝗥𝗚𝗓𝗏𝗧. The first time I took it out, I found a shield nickel, like an 1866 shield nickel with it. And that's in my first video that's on YouTube. It's me finding the shield nickel. So that's kind of how it started.
Right on, right on. I just want to say thank you so very much to the Canadian Relic Recon for the $5 super chat. Thank you so much for that, Steve. Very much appreciated. Now, it's funny that you just mentioned your first video, because we were going to talk about that. Now, the very first video was posted in September of 2019, and that was the first week, just like you said, that you had owned the 𝗥𝗚𝗓𝗏𝗏𝗧. Now,
Yes.
Tell us what did you know right off the bat that you had dug a great find with that 1867, or did you have to look at it and then you just went like crazy?
Yeah, I dug in. It was in a foundation, and I dug in, and I kind of looked down, and I saw it was a nickel signal, and it wasn't a V nickel, it wasn't a Buffalo, and it wasn't a Jefferson. So I was, I could kind of see the stripes on the shield, and I just hollered out to the guys I was with. I just got a shield, and it was so motivational. Like, I always wanted to spend as much time in the ghost towns metal detecting, so I didn't get much video because I was I was spending so much time concentrating on metal detecting. And it's, for me, in the ghost towns, it's quantity of targets that you dig. I got to dig as many targets in the amount of time I have to try to find the good stuff. So that's kind of how it happened for me.
So because you were digging with friends, Wasn't that
So much better.
cool that
So
you
much
could
better.
share that? You could yell like,
Yes.
would you have yelled if you were by yourself in the
No.
test?
I would have.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I would have. I would
Yeah,
have probably been. I would have been dancing in that foundation down there.
Oh,
No one could see me with binoculars or anything.
oh my goodness, that's so
But
funny.
metal detecting, that's one thing I didn't do for many years, is I didn't metal detect with other people very often. And when you go out with other people, it's so motivational. When they find a coin, it motivates me. And in all honesty, I wouldn't have found a lot of the great stuff I found if I didn't have other people out there that were motivating me to find things, and they were finding things too. And I think it works both ways. But that's one thing that I've realized is having a partner or someone to go with is very important in metal detecting, very motivational.
Yes, especially if you're having a bad day and your friend finds
Yes.
something that's just that might be just
Yes.
enough to to pick up your spirits.
Exactly. Yeah, they find something, and then you finally find a coin, and you're hot, you're sweating, you got bugs on you, you're tired, you want to give up. You find a coin or a token. Trade tokens are really valuable here in Utah. You
Oh.
find something like that, it feels like you had a steak dinner, a gallon of ice water, and you feel great. So it's crazy how I call it treasure fever, how that affects you.
Right. Now, you said that you have for you it's quantity until you actually find something. Is that
Yes.
why mostly on your channel it's kind of after the fact as far as you're filming, cuz if you were to do live digs, you'd never get out of there. Is that right?
Yeah, I'd run out of GoPro battery if I did live digs, because sometimes you'll get a good target that it'll hit a little bit well, and it ends up being like a 22 shell. And yeah, you just run into things that there's so many tricks in ghost towns. Everybody used corrugated steel, the tin roof in the ghost towns everywhere, every ghost town I go to. And that stuff can sound like a silver dollar, a quarter, a dime, and it can sound like a nail even. It hits everywhere. So that's one thing with ghost towns is its quantity of targets, because you're digging up a lot of garbage.
It sounds like a lot of hard work, actually.
It is incredibly difficult. And I had a friend, he asked me, how many silvers have you found this year? This was a few years ago. And I said, I found about 89 so far. And
Wow.
he said, what's your oldest and whatnot? And I asked him how many he found. He's like, I found like 6. And he said, but, I got a seated CC. I got, and he's going to the ghost towns. He said, the work you put in, the pleasure you feel from finding, the reward you feel from finding something in a ghost town that a lot of people can go to or have been to. The reward is much greater than just going to a house or a tear out. So it kind of got me into it. I didn't find a coin in a ghost town for the first 2 years. I went out a few times to ghost towns, and I didn't even find a coin. Yeah, they're picked over.
Wow.
Unless there's a super special spot that nobody knows about. Most of them are picked over.
Really?
So yeah, so I didn't even like to go, but my buddy, he kind of motivated me when I saw that he had found some things, and we did a club outing. I'm actually the president of the National Utah Token Society.
Nuts.
Yep, the Nuts Club, and
That's funny.
I've been the president 4 out of the last 5 years.
Oh.
Yeah, the obsession's gotten this big.
Wow. Right on.
I'm pretty obsessed. So I went out with the club, and I found my Indian, a 1903 Indian, and it was in a ghost town, and it just got me going. It's just so cool. A dead town that nobody's been in since 1930.
Wow.
It's like a time capsule.
Yeah.
You find a coin in a ghost town, for the most part, you're not finding anything new. It's you get a coin, you got something old. So it's really cool.
So you don't have the luxury that some like the majority of the people have. You're not picking and choosing what you're digging. You're pretty much digging it all. Is that right?
Yes, it's a dig it all, because they used gold coins back then. So when gold coins were being circulated, you got to dig up those bullet signals, lead
Yeah.
bullet signals, and you got to dig a lot of different stuff. I
Mhm.
do go on to old homes, and I do like to metal detect lawns, and my shovels are really good in a lawn. You can leave a lawn looking like it never got detected. But I am more selective in the yards with my targets. I'm going for nickels and dimes and quarters, and then chasing a few of the weird signals. But
Mhm.
and it is difficult for me, if I've been in the ghost town for a long time, to go hit a yard after, because there's so many signals going on that I have to. I don't want to destroy someone's lawn, turn it into a dirt field when I
Yes.
dig up everything.
Yeah, very, very important. Very important. Now, the majority of your videos that I have seen, you are in a ghost town. Now, you mentioned the 1930s. How far back do these ghost towns go? Do they go back further than that?
Yes. So one of the main things that started a lot of the ghost towns here, even though there are some older ones that go into the 1840s and 50s and 60s out here,
Wow.
um, what happened was there was the Mormon Rebellion, which wasn't even really a rebellion or anything out here, but I think it was President Buchanan sent the military out here to Salt Lake City, and they had a lot of other things to do besides watch what the Mormons were doing. And one of their things was to find minerals.
Oh.
So, and this was in the 1850s, about 1858 is when they came here, and they had people here that were searching for minerals. So all in the mountains
Mm.
along here, and that's where a lot of these ghost towns got started. Was
Ah.
this military that came out here, and they were looking for the minerals. So there's so many out here. Merker and Ophir and all those were started because of General Johnston's army that
Mm.
was out here. But yeah, most of them are here or were here because of what they call Buchanan's blunder. General Johnston's army came out here, and then the Civil War started. And the Civil War started. They ended up selling all their stuff, or a huge majority of all the stuff they had, including weapons,
Mm.
to the Mormons, and before they left.
Really?
So very
Wow.
interesting history out
You
here. But the
you
Civil War ended them.
yeah. Wow. It does sound like you have a lot of history. So is it like, do you have like, I guess salt? Okay. Now this, I don't want to become across here as like sounding dumb or anything, but so is pretty much all of Utah, and this is, like I said, I'm generalizing, but is it pretty much desert there?
It's everything here. We got
Everything.
these beautiful mountains that are tall, the Wasatch Mountains. They're tall and they fill up with snow. There's still snow in those right now.
Wow.
And it's crazy because we have almost all digging conditions here. We got the Great Salt Lake in that place. It's kind of gross out there, but it's like a beach out there, and it's got a lot of sand in it, or a lot of salt in the sand. But we have that. We have the desert out here, which the pioneers crossed through um, the desert here, and it's basically salt flats, where the
Mm.
Bonneville salt flats, where they race cars and
Oh
they get
yeah.
the fast, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the highest speeds in the world are reached, and vehicles, motorcycles.
Mm.
That's where the pioneers, some of them, were walking through out there. So,
Wow.
yep, and the Donna Reed Party went through out there as well. But there's all
Wow.
the different conditions here. You get in, to soil, like yard soil with lawns. You got the deserts. You got the mountains. You got the crazy, like, plateaus, and in southern Utah, it's amazing. It's you get almost all the digging conditions here in Utah, which is
Wow.
awesome for testing out my shovels.
I was just gonna say that's the perfect place for testing your shovels.
Yep, yep.
Oh my goodness. Now in the desert, you must come across wildlife, snakes, that sort of thing.
Yes, I've ran into a lot of gopher snakes. People call them blow snakes because they make a big bellow of air come out of them when they're scared. I've ran into a few rattlesnakes out there, and they're usually near rocks and cliffy areas. So you got to be really careful around them because, if you get bit by one of those, you're going to need to get some help quick. But there's ticks. I've had ticks on me every time I've been out this year.
Wow,
they haven't attached to me. I think what ticks do is ticks try to find a spot to hide on you until you rest and they're sitting for a long time. Then they kind of move in for the bite. And I have not had that happen. And I'm knocking, there's some wood, I'm knocking on wood, because that can be, there's Rocky Mountain fever and Lyme disease.
Yes.
You don't want to get bit by a tick. So we've had ticks on you. You spray yourself with bug killer or permethrin is what you soak your clothes in permethrin before you put them on. And it's an insecticide. Once it dries, it's okay to wear. Lots of mosquitoes. There's lots of cattle. There's lots of cattle guys out here. Yeah, really? Lots of cattle everywhere. You can go to the middle of nowhere in Utah and there's cattle. It's crazy. But cattle, and there's all sorts of moose and deer and elk. Wow. That's one of my favorite things. There's a place I go metal detecting, and every single time I go, I see this golden eagle on the side of the highway. And he lives basically on the side of the highway waiting for deer to get hit. And he's
very smart.
Yeah, and it's amazing. Those things are giant. They look like they're the size of a turkey looking.
Wow.
But they're amazing animals. I feel blessed to see a golden eagle, and we even get to see bald eagles.
Wow.
And we have sandhill cranes, and they're tall. They're like taller than a heron.
Wow.
And they're out here. Yeah, it's one of my favorite things.
Wow.
Metal detecting is seeing all the wildlife besides those ticks and mosquitoes.
You kind of briefly touched on this, but a permission. Do you get very many permissions?
Yes, I always get permission where I go, whether it be from the owner, the person who's leasing the land, the person that has control of the land. I always check with them to make sure they're okay. But I will give a secret out right now, and this is a cat out of the bag secret right here on getting permission. And this is how a huge part of my success has come. And you guys are going to think I'm crazy when I start this. But the secret is do not ask for permission. Don't ask for permission. You guys think I'm crazy, right? But you don't ask for permission. You ask for, my intro is, hey, I'm Casey. Do you mind if I metal detect your yard? Or if it's a tear out, I go, do you mind if I metal detect your dirt? I don't say the word permission, because when you say the word permission to somebody, it seems very legal.
Yes.
And it puts a front on immediately. And we all say that in our videos, and when we're talking, we all say, I got a permission. And I think it leads a lot of people to think I got to ask permission. But the secret is just go, hey, do you mind if I spend a little bit of time metal detecting in your yard? And you put a big smile on so that they will feel bad. They'll feel bad. They'll feel like they're going to make you frown if they say no. So I just go, hey, I'm a member of the metal detecting club. Mind if I metal detect your yard? So nothing legal sounding is in it. So that's one of the biggest secrets. And I get, I probably get on 7 or 8 out of 10 permissions I ask. And that's no joke.
Wow. My goodness. Hey, Zarp's Metal Detecting from South Africa has just come into the chat. We've got some people from all over the world. You might be sending that shovel somewhere out non-North America there, Casey.
I've sent a few. I've sent them to Spain and the United Kingdom and the Czech Republic, Finland.
Wow.
I sent one to Israel.
Really?
Yes, to a gentleman in Israel.
Wow.
I've sent a bunch to Australia.
Wow. My goodness. Wonderful. We're going to talk about shovels and everything shovels in a sec, but just want to go back to your most recent video. Now, your latest video, you actually found a seated quarter. You
Yes.
remember that? And you found something about the boot. Tell us about the boot and the quarter. Tell us about that.
So in a couple videos before, it's a 2-part video series I did. I found a 1876 seeded quarter, and I froze the video as kind of a clue for about 1 second when I said, is there anything else here? Because I had the footage, and I had found the second one about 2 weeks later, about 10 feet from it. And I told my friends, I said, guys, I found it right here. Swing over it. We went over it a bunch. Nobody came up with anything. 2 weeks later, same spot, go over it, pulling out little bits of lead and whatnot all over. And sure enough, boom, an 1858 seeded quarter. Can't believe it here in Utah. So I took a sifter back and I went down to the spot and I dug about 2 feet deep, 3 feet deep, sifting, and I found leather lace and bits and pieces of shoe. That's all I sifted out of it, and some buttons. So I believe that those 2 quarters were in a boot together, and the boot finally, it disintegrated and they spread apart a little bit, and that's how I found it. I found them. I had a gentleman that had been out there in the 90s metal detecting, and he said he found 2 gold coins in a boot in the same town.
Really?
After I discovered this. So
wow, like a little stash
back then.
Wow.
Yes. And I couldn't imagine how 50 cents in like the 1870s. I mean, that's a lot of money for those people. It's really cool. Wow. And I always say a thank you to them. Whoever, it wasn't all for nothing that you lost it. Somebody in the future came along and truly appreciates and cherishes what you lost and what you probably had to suffer a little bit.
Oh, absolutely. Have you ever found any other sort of stashes, like some people find like buried jars or stuff like that?
I have not. I've had friends that have, but I found spills. I have found spills of coins, good spills of coins, and last year I did find a spill of rare trade tokens.
Oh.
And I think it's more of a cache.
Cache, yeah.
Yeah, cache, not a hoard, but it's a cache of rare tokens. And I went back and sifted the area a little bit and found more.
Wow.
And I know that they're there, and I just got to go out and get them now. But you guys got me making so many shovels, I can't ever get out now.
And speaking of shovels, there have been a lot of people that have joined the chat. Everyone who is watching, Casey is going to give away a shovel of your choice from his website, excaliburshovels.com. Now, I won't take any offense if you go over to Excalibur Shovels right now. Just have a look at the quality of these shovels. Absolutely amazing. Then come back, because you have to be present to win the shovel. And he will ship anywhere on the planet. So go look at the shovels on excaliburshovels.com, then come back and join us, and then we will say, there you go, yeah. Somebody's going to win a heck of a customized shovel. Casey, your coins and your relics, do you clean them a lot? Are you into that, or how do you preserve them?
I like to try everything, when it comes to cleaning. But there is a coin shop that is in Salt Lake City. It's called All About Coins, and they will clean coins and tokens for you at a fee. It ranges between $5 and $25 usually. But I like to leave my things mainly the way I find them. I like to get most of the dirt off, just brush it off, kind of a thing, if I can. But the dirt on the coins and the dirt on the relics is what authenticates where they're from. And it takes 100 years or 150 years for the dirt to adhere to the relics, the metals, like it does. So that it just proves the history.
Yeah.
And that those universities out there, they got minerals from everywhere. So they can prove, if they really had to, where you found something. So that's really important to me, because I think where you find something has a lot to do with the value. Local value is huge. I'm sure a lot of you guys out there know that. Is things that are valuable here in Utah aren't very valuable in other places, but they're highly valuable here.
Well, you said the trade tokens in Utah are really, really
highly collectible.
Yeah.
Yep. It's huge here. You know, if you get a trade token here, it's usually going to be worth about $15 minimum. And what's a silver quarter at right now? It's like about what, $9 or $10, $7. So a trade token, if you find one, it's worth more than a silver quarter. But we found trade tokens worth thousands of dollars, $3,000 to $5,000 trade tokens.
Wow.
I found one of a kind trade tokens where I get historical credit for finding them. Wow. I found the first ever Fort Union 5-cent denomination. It's a Fort Union co-op trade token earlier this year. It's the only one known to exist.
Wow.
It's incredible. And the people that know me know I've been looking and wanting and talking about the Fort Union trade token for a long time. And I found it nowhere near there. So it just goes to show you.
There you go. Now, you must find a lot of cool things. Do you display them? Do you put them in a box? Maybe look at them every now and then?
I've got my display cabinet right here with some of my sweet relics right here behind me. My coins, I have been locking up the coins, but I'd really like to display them to show people and talk about them and talk about the stories, because those are kind of where the jackpot feeling comes from. But yeah, I enjoy displaying them here in this cabinet and having conversations about them, because most people I drive crazy.
Well, you are the president of Nuts.
Right? Yeah, I'm the president. So they understand that I have drove a few people crazy with my obsession. But yeah, I love to display them. I love to dig in the dumps too. Find the dumps in the ghost town and dig up the old bottles.
Okay, yeah.
Find the old bottles too. One of my first people to do a video on my shovels was Adventure Archaeology, Brandon, and he was digging bottles with him, and it kind of motivated me. I'm like, I know where some dumps are, I think. So I went out and dug bottles, I think I'm obsessed with those. It's crazy, all the branching off from metal detecting that gets you. That you can become obsessed with, that you don't realize it.
Yes.
People. So I wasn't interested in arrowheads, and I had a friend go, "Hey, I know a farmer let us on his land to look for arrowheads," and I was like, all right. Well, now I'm hooked on that. I love it. So cool.
Yes. My goodness. What would you say? Could be coin, it doesn't matter what it is. What would you say is your best find to date? Could be anything.
Okay. So I have found, I found a lot of good stuff. I found a giant silver spoon on the Donner Reed Party route. And I found a big, probably 1.5 2-carat ruby ring, probably from around 1900. And I gave that to Mom. Mom gets the good jewelry.
Right on. Oh, right on.
But my best find ever, I was contacted by a man named Dr. Steve Lacey. And he is a Butch Cassidy expert. He has some books about Butch Cassidy here. Here's one of them, Last of the Bandit Riders Revisited. And he said, "Hey, I know where Butch Cassidy and his partner Elsie Lay spent the winter of 1896. His dad was making uranium roads in the 1940s and 50s and discovered these names carved in a wall, these two, Ella Butler and Maud Davis. And when further research showed that these two gals were dating Butch Cassidy and Elsie Lay, and Elsie Lay actually had a daughter named Marvel that happened out there at this hideout. But he asked me to come metal detect it. And so I was like, okay, I'll come and metal detect. It's in the middle of, it's called Canyonlands. And I went there with BLM, and I started metal detecting, and I found this pocket knife could only be Butch Cassidy or Elsie Lay, his partners, according to Dr. Lacey. So that's on display in his museum in Murray. It's called Footprints from the Past. And that, to touch something that most likely was touched by Butch Cassidy, to me is incredible. And I want to show you guys something real quick in this book. I'm going to be in his next book that's coming out about this.
Right on.
But I'm going to show you guys a picture of Billy the Kid that people don't know about. And it's, when you see it, you'll have a pretty good idea. But right here, that is a rare known picture of Billy the Kid right there in this book. And it's an incredible picture because you see him right here.
Yeah, that's,
you can see the resemblance between the two. But this guy, Billy the Kid's real last name was McCarty. And they say William Bonney, but his real last name was McCarty. And his uncle, Tom, was a little bit older than Butch Cassidy and the other guys. And they all knew each other. Butch Cassidy and Elzie Lay and Matt Warner. These guys knew Billy the Kid. They did have run-ins with him. They were all involved in the same McCarty family. So really cool history. It's so cool to find out that these guys actually knew each other, that their paths crossed. And these guys were no joke. When it came to doing a heist, they didn't just rob it and then run out in the middle of nowhere. They would spend weeks and months planning, setting up fake trails, all sorts of stuff to try to elude the law.
Wow.
So really cool history right there. And I just can't believe that I got on that and found that pocket knife, and it's probably one of the coolest things I've ever found, and I've got a pile.
That is that is beyond just to have that in your hand. Like think about the legend of Billy the Kid, all the stories, all the bad stuff that he did. That's pretty cool. In kind of a weird way. That's pretty cool to have that in your hand. Really cool.
It is. It's incredible. He thought I'd want to keep it, Dr. Lacey, but nah, it was all the way getting donated to the museum.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Wow, that is really, really cool. Have you ever found anything, because this kind of alludes to like outlaws and stuff out in those ghost towns. Have you ever found anything like creepy, macabre, maybe,
one time, I got to tell you guys about this. There's Stapley in the club. He brought in a bowl one time of random stuff he's found. And I look into the bowl, and there is a meth pipe in the bowl. I'm all, dude. He's all, yeah, I was just showing people the stuff we find. I'm like, dude, why? You can't bring that with you. You can't carry that around with you, dude. What are you doing? Don't bring that in here.
That's funny.
It was funny. We got a good laugh out of it. There's some, it turned out a heel plate I found in a couple of videos ago. I had a historian tell me that was a prostitute brothel worker's heel print. And the reason that the heel plate was so ornate is men would see those tracks in the dirt, and they would follow those tracks to the brothel. And that was one of their tactics to get men to come into the brothel. They'd see a heart on the ground or a really ornate woman's design kind of a thing, and they would follow the steps and end up at the brothels. You know what? That is probably one of the coolest stories or anecdotes I've ever heard. But and then you go downtown and you find weird, modern things. People throw needles on the ground, and I know people are against touching those things, but when I come across them, if I can get rid of them in a safe way, I always do that. Looking out for the next guy. I don't want anybody getting poked. Exactly. Wow, that's oh my goodness. Before we start talking about your shovels, is there any way, because you predominantly detect in the desert, is there anywhere on the planet that you would absolutely love
to detect? Like anything that kind of like,
I love to detect everywhere. Like there's places that you would never think would be anything there, and you find like incredible things. And then there's places that you think is the most ultimate, and you get there and there's nothing left. I would love to go to England. I really would love to go metal detect in England. Um, Most places in the world I'd love to really go detect, but the most epic for me would be the LDS temple downtown, mainly because in Utah there's Mormon gold coins here. And the
oh,
Mormon gold coins were made mainly in the 1850s, and these fetch tens to hundreds of thousands, and sometimes in the millions for just one
really?
coin. Yes.
Wow.
So if I could detect anywhere in the world, I would go right down to the
Wow.
temple downtown, the temple grounds.
Wow.
And there's a lot of grass there. There's a lot of place to hit. And I
Wow.
would be hunting for that Mormon gold coin, because I think that there is one or a few on the ground
Wow.
around that temple. I really do. I think
Wow.
it'd be incredible to find something like that. It's really one of my obsessions.
Wow. I'm going to have to Google that after the show. I had no idea about
They're
Mormon gold
really
coins.
cool looking. A lot of the Mormon gold coins got sent back to the East Coast because they were paying for things with them.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
and they're epic. You know, there's one with an eagle on it, and the eagle's body is a beehive. So it's got the head and the wings and stuff, but the body of the eagle is a beehive.
Wow.
It's beautiful.
Wow.
But I
Really
just
cool.
like the collectability, and when if you found something that expensive, you could take a few years off to detect every day.
Oh my gosh, for sure, for sure. All right, so just letting everyone know, we are going to start talking about shovels. So, like I said, Casey's going to give away a shovel, any shovel of your choice from the Excalibur Shovels website. And I will take no offense if you hop on over to excaliburshovels.com and have a look at the cool stuff. Because come back, Case is going to give one away. So we're going to talk all about, we're going to change things to talk about shovels. Now, Casey, in regards to your shovels, are there any users of your Excalibur shovels that we might be familiar with?
Yes. Yep. Okay, here's a few of them. We got Iffy Signals, Montshire Digger, 1894 Outdoors, and he likes his TikTok channel, but he's got a YouTube as well. I think his name's Brad Hess. He's a good one right out there. And then Andrew Kester, Brandon Peterson, Yinzer Diggers. They did a good unboxing video. Thanks, Yinzer Diggers. Rocky Mountain Ryan, Wingroved. Check out Wingroved. He's one of my earlier users. Dr. Dirt Fisher. He's on Instagram. He's a doctor for reals and a psychiatrist, I think. And he is an obsessed metal detectorist too.
Right on.
Adventure Archaeology, Brandon with Adventure Archaeology. He's done some great videos on my shovels. Thank you. Unearthed Idaho. He's just done a recent post and got a shovel. He's loving it. All the stuff. I can't believe how much you guys love those shovels and all the thank yous I get. It's like, it really is incredibly touching to me. And I'm so thankful that people love what I'm doing. It truly is a blessing to me. We got Detector McFly, Digging Canuck, and dig Until You Die. Digologist. I'm not trying to step on his shovels that he makes, but he does use an Excalibur. Dime Detective.
Yeah.
Finding Alabama.
He's in the chat.
Did a great video too. He did a great video. Thank you. They're like, this shovel rocks, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, that makes me feel good. And then Darnell, Hello World.
Yes.
Yes.
Right on, Darnell.
And yeah, Darnell. He's pretty awesome, and he needs a tough shovel. He's a shovel breaker. So I sent him one that I know is going to hold up for him. He goes in some tough spots to dig, tough spots to pop a plug. So he's really good. And then dealers. I've actually opened up to some more dealers recently. But we got Phil Myers with Myers Metal Detectors in Tampa, Florida. I just sent him a shipment. He got it a week after he did the interview on your channel, and he said he's already almost sold out and ordered more. So thank you, Phil, for having me in your shop. It's really cool.
Right on.
And then All About Coins, and that's in Salt Lake City, Utah. I keep them stocked up. I do need to restock them, but All About Coins in Salt Lake City, they also have my shovels there. But there's other people. If I missed you, I am so sorry. But I still love you, and thank you so much for using my shovels. It's the coolest thing to think that people are digging up treasure.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now your shovels are named after the Knights of the Round Table.
Yes. When I first started making shovels, I had the club to kind of test them on. So guys were just breaking them, and I made one, and a guy broke it like a couple days later. So I made him another one, and he broke it a couple days after that. And this was about 5 years ago when I was first kind of figuring it out, started tinkering. And I was like, all right, well, this is like a game now, try to make something that these guys can't break. And that's what led into the design of the shovels. Is the club has helped me a ton with it, but it's been refined so many times now that it is really a good shovel. I truly believe it is the best shovel, one of the most lightweight shovels you can get for the job.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, do you have any like within arm's reach that you can show us and maybe show people the different models?
This one here is a 𝗥𝗢𝗧𝗏. So we got the 𝗥𝗢𝗧𝗏. The way I came up with the names was I thought, hey, what would be a great name for if I started a shovel business? What would be a great name for it? And I thought, what would be better than Excalibur? Sword in the stone, one of the best, strongest swords ever. So I thought, hey, Excalibur Shovels. When you're out metal detecting and someone goes, it's a this kind of machine, it's hard to remember those things. But when you're out detecting and goes, it's an Excalibur, you don't forget that when you get home, and you can remember that. So that's a big reason I went with it. Went with the name like that. But we got the hand grip here, and this hand grip is centered. It's a center of weight, so you can travel. You can hold it and travel, and this is mainly for travel. This grip, and so you can hold it in a different spot, but it won't slide back and forth in your hands. And then I offer a T handle, and I offer a D handle, like this one here. And this is all steel. This is all aircraft grade steel. These things are made entirely from aircraft grade steel, high strength. It's abrasion resistant. It doesn't chunk. It lightly scratches as opposed to taking a gouge. We got the hand diggers too. We got, you want a Goldie? We got a golden hand digger. And these things are powder coated in a non-slip textured finish. So you even have more grip than just the little tack welds on here. These are tack welds for extra grip. And my whole theory is with making shovels is entirely made of metal, so that you don't have the grip slide off.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I hate when that happens.
Yes, I've had people tell me about that, and this just it's a solid piece of metal. You can always grip it, and you don't have to worry about the little knickknacks falling apart on your tool. So that's one great thing about these shovels is they're solid metal, including the handle. That's solid metal. And if you guys are doing a little night hawking, we got the glow in the dark on here. If you end up out in the dark at night, we got you glowing right here.
Right on.
So you can find your shovel, and I'll admit it. Like I've been out at night, but I had permission, and I lost my hand digger.
Oh, really?
So if it was glowing, I would have found it. I went back and looked, but it was too dark.
Right on.
So we're always trying to think of innovative ways, and I was telling you the other day that the design is it will always be somewhat evolving, always becoming better, or attempting to become better as time goes on. if I can keep continuing to make it better, that's what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just going to be a one standard design the way it's done forever. Henry Ford Model T, that just couldn't work forever. He had to switch it up. So that's my theory is always switch it up. The serrations do come in both sides is called a 𝗥𝗘𝗓. And the reason it's called a 𝗥𝗘𝗓 is because 𝗥𝗘𝗓 was one of the most brutal, one of the toughest warriors of the Knights of the Round Table. So the both sides serrations, I decided to name 𝗥𝗘𝗓 because it can really, these things cut through roots. Alfalfa fields, man, those things are tough, but these serrations cut right through those. It's awesome. A left side only serrations, if this is just straight, it's a Lancelot. And right side only is a Galahad. And if it's got no serrations on it, it's called an Arthur. It's just a fun way to name your shovel. The spades all come in one size, which is 8 inches long and about 4 1/4 inches wide. But if you were to go straight line, it's probably about getting close to 4 3/4 to 5 inches wide. So you actually got a lot more spade here than some of the other guys out here. But these are plug diggers. These are plug digging shovels. They're not necessarily a scooper shovel. They're for precise digging. Most of the people that would use an Excalibur are going to be, not all, but most are going to use. They're going to dig a plug, and then go in with a pinpointer, and locate it, and then they're going to go in with their hand digger, and they're going to carefully dig the target out. Let me get this. What's going on here? Give me just 1 second. What's going on?
This would probably be a good time for you to check out ExcaliburShovels.com, kind of look at the models and pick which one you want, because we are going to give away. Casey I get plural all the time. Casey's going to give away a shovel of the winner's choice. So whichever shovel you want or digger on the website will be yours. And it doesn't matter where on planet Earth you reside, because he's going to ship it to you. So there you go. What's your best seller, Casey? What would you say is your best seller?
By far, that 𝗥𝗘𝗓. I sell more 𝗥𝗘𝗓 shovels than all the other ones combined. Everybody loves the 𝗥𝗘𝗓. And these serrations that I put on the 𝗥𝗘𝗓, this is not done by a laser. This is all done by hand. I use a tool and I cut all these serrations by hand. But the 𝗥𝗘𝗓, this spade, is the most popular by far. I think that the digging condition of the soil has more to do with what kind of plug you're going to get than the actual shovel. If you want a plug that stays intact and to pull these perfect plugs, it's usually going to be the dirt that you're in that you're going to do it.
Yes.
The serrations don't necessarily have a lot to do with that. So, and when you need serrations, they come in incredibly handy. When you don't have them, you really feel like you could have used them. So the 𝗥𝗘𝗓, and right now the main seller is the 𝗥𝗘𝗓 standard length, which is 31 inches T handle. I can't believe you guys love the T handle so much, but if you do, I'm going to keep making it.
I know you guys
got the holsters for them and whatnot.
Yeah, I think the T handle is probably because most of the other shovels that most people have been purchasing and using have that T. But yes. I just want to say that my 𝗥𝗘𝗓 has a D handle, and I absolutely love it because you're not going to lose. It's wonderful, and it's got those little nubby things. I love my D hand. I never thought I would like a D handle coming from, can I say the Lesh? Coming from the Lesh, but the D handle is wonderful. Absolutely. And it's it's offset. It's wonderful. It's a great design.
Yes, this angle here, I do have a patent pending on my shovels, but this angle here is to make up for that. It's slightly harder to scoop with a plug digging shovel. So this adds a little bit of angle to help you get a little bit more of a scoop in it. And this D handle, I really try to promote the D handle. It does take me longer to make them, but I still think the D handle is awesome. And you can hold it. You don't have to worry about your fingers having to be widened to accommodate a T handle. You just can hold it comfortably. It's nice and wide. I've got a rather large hand, and there's still a little bit of length on there for people with giant bare hands. But the D handle, it's really a good go-to. And this is all aircraft grade steel. All the pieces, even this little piece here, that's aircraft grade steel. This is high strength stuff.
Right on. Now, someone in the chat was asking about the lengths. You have 2 lengths of the shaft, do you not?
Yeah, I offer a 40-inch. It's an XL model, and I offer a 31-inch. And the reason a 31-inch, I do a 31-inch, is I am a golf professional as well. And when you're fitting clubs, you measure knuckle distance to the ground. And when you measure that, the average person is about 30 to 31 inches, their knuckles from the ground. So I thought, hey, if you hold it by the handle all day, you don't want to drag it. So it's a perfect length, 31 inches. Yep. It's a good way to travel. It's, when you're out for 8 hours a day, 12 hours detecting, which we do, you want to be able to hold on to that, especially lightweight, with the shovels, because you'll get tired real quick with the heavier ones.
Yes. Now, you also do for an extra $10, people can have their blade customized. Tell us about that.
Yes. Yeah. Besides that, though, if somebody wants a certain length, just let me know. If it's under 40 inches, it's going to be about the same price. If it's over 40, then the price does slightly go up. But if you want a certain length, I'd be happy to make a certain length. I made one that was like 58 inches or something, sent it to a guy back east. Straight handle. So he wanted a straight handle. I don't offer it on my website. Ask about it. I'll do it for you. But the custom, it's more of a stamping. I like to kind of stamp the lettering in on the shovels, as opposed to have a logo stamped into it, because it leads to the handcrafted part of it. And every Excalibur shovel, I made it myself, as if I was making it for myself. So I make it as if it's for me, for you. And that's a big part of the quality for it. But I'll stamp your name in it. If you got a YouTube channel, I will stamp your YouTube channel for free, because you're going to give me a shout out, hopefully.
There you go. Right on.
That for free.
Beautiful.
But if you want your name on it, you want your nickname, your YouTube channel, your dog's name, whatever you want, your pet lizard's name, I'll stamp it on there for you, customize it.
Right on.
I did one for Bill Ladd and did some special stamping on the handle, stamped his name on the handle, and dig fellas on the spade. I did some cool stuff like that. So I'm always happy to do a little bit of customization for people.
Right on. Oh my goodness. Just before I forget, I just want to make sure that Bender is up and running, because Bender is going to pick somebody's name in a little bit. I just have to. Oh my goodness! I've got to log into Bender. Just one sec. I'll let you keep talking about your shovels. How about that?
I'd be well. You know what we got? So with my club coming up. We got the Salt Lake Coin and Token Show. It's on June 11th and 12th of this year, and it's in Salt Lake. It's actually in Sandy City at the Miller campus, at the Miller Center. And what we do is our club puts on a coin show, and the money that we make off of it is what we use to keep the club going. So the entry fees, and we sell raffle tickets and whatnot. So these right here, this is what keeps our club going and funds it, so that we can rent our facilities, and we do all sorts of fun stuff in the club. We raffle off a gold coin or a gold nugget every month, and we do finds of the month, which is super fun. The finds you got in the last month in the club, we do a contest for them, and if you win a silver dime. Super fun stuff in the club. It's really a treat to be a part of it, and you make some great friendships, and you get some great ideas at the club. There's about half collectors in the club, so half the guys that come just want the stuff that we find.
Yeah.
So they know a lot too, and they will try to purchase some of the stuff for us. I'm not big on selling. I kind of like to keep the stuff I find, but yeah, the club is about half collectors that don't metal detect. They just like what we find.
That might be a good thing, because if you have something that's unidentified,
oh yeah,
I bet you they can figure out what it is.
Yeah, you can almost always get it identified if you take something to the club. That happens often. People will bring stuff and we'll identify it for them. It's incredible how much you know and how much you can still learn.
Oh, always.
You know everything.
No.
And then you dig up something and you're like, what is it?
Yeah, absolutely. Always. I think that's what I love about metal detecting, is you're always learning the history, and then there's no other hobby like it. Like, seriously.
It's the box of chocolate theory. You never know what you're going to get. And it's just, that's one thing, is I get bored of the monotonous, just every normal day of life kind of thing gets boring. So metal detecting to me, you just see things that you just didn't know existed. And
yes, exactly.
And you learn certain parts of history too. And, certain, historical events from things that you find. And then you look into it a little bit, and it's just so interesting, the different lifestyles and different things people did in the days before us.
Exactly.
And it's amazing the stuff that like, I didn't know a safety pin. Those were around in the 1800s, but I thought they'd be newer than that. But I found some out in the ghost towns. I was like, what? They had safety pins? Sure enough, they did. So just crazy stuff that I love to learn all the different things, and I love to share it and talk about it. And you go metal detecting and you're driving out a couple hours to place. I mean, we talk each other's ears off when we're going out there about treasure stories.
For sure. And on your way back, I would think that you're also doing the same.
Yes. Yeah. And it's crazy, because I've seen the picture on the internet of, like, it's like a Dumb and Dumber picture, and it shows them like going metal detecting. They're all excited, and it says coming home, and they're all sad. Yeah. And it's like, most of the time now, when I come home, I've got something good.
Oh, for sure. Most
of the time. So
absolutely.
I'm so glad, but I do remember feeling like that, and I still do once in a while. I still do have the sad, slightly quiet ride home.
Hopefully those don't happen too often.
Yes, yeah, it's been really good. Like, I've been really lucky the last few years.
Right on.
Finding lots of neat stuff, neat history.
Right on. All right, so Casey, what say we give away? What say you? I keep getting plural saying we. What say you give away the shovel?
Yep, it's whatever one you guys want. I mean, if you want the big XL 40-inch, I'll make it for you, and we'll send it to you. These are sweet, and you'll love it. And it's nice and lightweight. It covers the most amount of digging conditions out of any digging tool. That's I truly believe that. And whoever wins it, congratulations. I hope you love it as much as I love making them. And that's what motivates me, is when I'm making them, I'm thinking about all the sweet treasures that you're going to be digging up with your Excalibur.
Yes, absolutely. So for everyone out there, you're wondering, how do you get in on the giveaway? Nothing special. You don't have to go through any hoops or anything. All you have to do is, I'm going to give you 1 minute. 1 minute from now, we will give the shovel away. You need to leave a comment. Doesn't matter what the heck it is. It could be emojis. It could be words. You could say hi to Casey. You could, whatever you want to say. So I'm going to give you 1 minute from right now. So far, we have 36 people eligible. So 1 minute from now, we're going to continue talking. 1 minute from now, somebody is going to win a truly amazing. These are high-end shovels. These are not something that you're gonna go out with and open a plug and it's gonna bend on you. You're not gonna see that happen. You're definitely not gonna see that happen. $10 says that you will not ever need to purchase another shovel. If you win this shovel, or if you purchase the shovel, either way. So we got 1 minute, 1 minute from now, 1 minute from now, right on.
These will last you for hundreds of adventures.
Right on, right on. So the digger that you have, is that the newest creation from your shop?
It's been refined and we've really figured out all the angles, all the weights and everything to make it the easiest to use. And you can see here, these serrations oppose each other.
Mm.
So you're cutting both directions when you're using these. So that's another little thing that is innovative that we've done is we're trying to tweak these things, make them the best.
Mm-hmm.
They're coming powder coated now.
Now
So this is nice high quality powder coat.
you can have your choice of colors. Did I not see that on your website?
Yes, you can get it. You can get orange. I call it optic orange, just to remind people when they're buying that you can lose your shovel. You can leave it somewhere. So get an optic color so that you can see it on the ground if you leave it behind. I got gold. Here, everybody, we all love gold, and we got it in gold, and I do black as well. We got this. This is called an XSD. This is a 20-inch model here, and these guys like to backpack, put them in their backpack.
Oh yes, perfect.
But I can make the hand digger. I can powder coat it in black for you too, if you like the stealth look. But I offer the orange and gold and black right now. Mm-hmm. And there's probably going to be more colors in the future. I like to try different things. So, and whatever color the winner wants, the winner gets today. You want yourself a orange, gold, or black? I got you.
So the winner can pick from one of the four knights' names. The winner can pick the size of the shaft.
Yes, you can. I'll make it a custom length for you. I don't go too much over 40, but I will if somebody wants it.
And then the handle, you can have a D or a T.
A D or a T, and even if you wanted a straight handle, which is just it's a little larger diameter than the shaft, which is 1 inch, and it's just a straight one. If you want to do that, I can do that too. There's a few guys that like those. I don't understand them all that much.
So that's nothing at the end.
Yeah, it's just a little bit. So it goes from 1 inch to a little bit larger diameter, and I put the tack welds on it like this. And so guys just walk around and with a long big shovel like that and crank on it.
To each his own. His own.
If it makes you happy, I'll make it for you.
There you go. We have 49 eligible. 49 eligible. Those are pretty good odds. You got 1 in 49 odds of winning a custom shovel. I think we're gonna roll it, Casey. I think we're gonna roll it. All right, so here it is. This is the random picker that I always use. Bender is going to pick someone's name from the chat, and the person's name. Because I have Casey on my other screen, I can't share this one, but it doesn't need to be shared because Bender's going to put the name of the winner into the chat. So watch the chat, and somebody's going to win. So, all right, without further ado, I'm going to do a little countdown. And just remember, if you're hesitant about getting in on this, Casey will ship it anywhere on the planet. We have some international friends in the chat right now. It doesn't matter where you are. Casey, what about shipping to the International Space Station? Would you do that?
I thought about that. I thought that would happen. Okay. I thought somebody would say that. I'd say, and I thought somebody's probably going to say the moon. Someone's going to say the moon. And anywhere on the globe. Anywhere
on the globe. All right. So you got to be on planet Earth. All right. On planet Earth. Okay. All right. Here goes. Like I said, the name of the person that Bender picks is going to show up in the chat. So watch the chat. And just so you know, we have like a 6-second delay. So the name might pop up before I finish talking because of the delay. Okay. No funny business here. All right. 5, 4. Oh my goodness. This is a great giveaway. 3.
You're going to love it.
2, 1. Oh my goodness. Here goes. Oh my goodness! I think the winner has one already.
Oh, really? You won, or who won?
The Dime Detective.
Oh, Dime Detective won? Oh my gosh!
Was
Yeah,
it?
he's got one. He's gonna get another sweet one.
Was it Dime Detective?
Dime Detective. What are the odds? I can't believe.
Oh my
Mr.
goodness!
Mr. Park. Yeah, it's Parker. Yeah, I know.
Oh my goodness!
I can't believe it. Dime Detective, and he plugs my shovels all the time. So thank you, Dime Detective. You are a true winner.
Oh my
You
goodness!
deserve it, man.
Oh my
He
goodness!
puts pictures of my shovels up all the time.
Awesome, as
And so
somebody should, as someone should. He says he loves his Sir K. Well, I would imagine that he's going to pick a different one right now. That's what I think that's probably what's going to happen.
He's got a couple. He's bought 2.
Oh my goodness. Well, Dime Detective, you are the winner. My goodness. You can contact Casey, pick whatever you like from his from the website. My goodness, that was exciting.
Yep. Dime, you can just hit me up on Instagram. You know my Excalibur Shovels, so just send me what model you want, and we'll get it made this week for you, and we'll get it shipped out to you. And if you want Dime Detective stamped in it, I'd be happy to do that for you.
Right on, right on. And for those of you who did not win an Excalibur shovel, I would strongly urge you to check out Casey's website. And the next time you're in for a purchase of a shovel, definitely give Casey your business. You'll never
appreciate it.
You will not buy another shovel. I don't believe you will. So, Casey, what's next for Casey? What's next for your metal detecting? What's next for Excalibur Shovels?
Well, what's next for me is hopefully something pretty sweet metal detecting. I'd love to get back out a little bit more because I'm making a lot of shovels. With Excalibur Shovels, I invest a lot of the money back into the business to buy better tools, to make things faster and quieter, because my shop is in a neighborhood. So I don't want to anger the neighbors too much, but everybody's pretty cool for the most part. You know, if they need any metal or anything fixed, I'm fixing it. So just making the company better and refining all the tools and everything like that. I hope this keeps going because it's been so much fun, and this is truly something I am passionate about. I am obsessed with metal detecting. I love it. I love all sorts of treasure hunting, and I think it's the coolest thing being involved with making tools to assist people in that. It's just one of the coolest things. It's so motivational for me, and I just think everybody should do what they love to do, and this is one thing I really love to do. It. If I can't be detecting, making shovels is not too bad in second place there.
Right on. So apart from your website, which is excaliburshovels.com, how can people keep up with you? Are you on social media anywhere?
Yes, we have a Facebook page, Excalibur Shovels. And yeah, there's all sorts of cool, neat pictures and stuff. And a lot of times we'll give shout outs to the people that buy them. We'll say, hey, thanks so-and-so in Texas for purchasing an Excalibur. And then we're on Instagram as well. We do updates on Instagram. And I love to see all the finds on there. I go through every morning and look at all the finds people have and
right
give them a heart because they're so cool.
Right on. Oh my goodness, right on. Hey, there was a question that just came up from Marvin. Marvin says, where'd it go? It was asking if you ever considered making a sand scoop.
You know, I've thought about it, and you know, I have considered it. We are actually coming out with we're in the process of making a pick. There's a lot of people that use picks.
Oh, yeah.
And so I've designed one, and we're working on it right now to get it to the point where it's good. It's really good, and something we'd be proud to share with other people. So we're working on the hand digger, or sorry, the pick.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and the sand scoop there is just so foreign from the area I'm in.
That's true. Yes.
It's something I would be interested in making, but a lot of that stuff, it comes into aluminum and different metals that I'm not currently working with, but I do have the capabilities to. But yeah, it could be something not in the near future, but the distant future for sure. But the pick will be out soon. It will be out probably within a year.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, right on. Now, Detecting with Patrick asked, would you stamp a hand digger as well?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, I stamped one digging Canuck. You know what I mean? Yep. We got you a Goldie to match your shovel. So we stamped them that. I stamped one for Bill Ladd with Dig Fellas in it. So I would be happy to stamp a hand digger too. Oh,
there you go. There you go, Patrick. So yeah, order away. Right on. Let me just... Somebody wanted to know what your club name was again.
The National Utah Token Society. The website is Utah Token Society. And people say it's abbreviated NUTS, which a lot of people think I'm crazy when I give them the card.
Well, you are. You're nuts. You're part of nuts. You're the president of nuts, right? You're the president.
Yeah, I'm the president of the Nuts Club. So really cool club. If you type in Utah's Metal Detecting Club on the internet, the National Utah Token Society will come up.
There you go. Casey, it has been an absolute pleasure having you on the show. I hope that your line of Excalibur shovels, I hope I watch more videos, and there are more Excalibur shovels digging plugs and being swung by a lot of the people on YouTube. I would love to see everybody with an Excalibur shovel, because I do have the 𝗥𝗢𝗘𝗟𝗏 with the D handle, and it is absolutely incredible. And I just want to say another thing, that I'm pretty sure you all know that I do suffer from vertigo, and sometimes my balance isn't the greatest, and I have found that the 𝗥𝗢𝗘𝗏 shovel with the D handle is the perfect height to keep me nice and stable when I do lose my balance. Absolutely an incredible shovel. I can't say any more. I can't say any more than that. Incredible shovel. And like I said, I hope that more and more people. I know that you're going to be doing the Treasure Talk show as well. I hope that you get out there more. People see your stuff, and quality beyond quality.
It's like a dream come true for me. Like I've seen people on your show, and I always kind of thought maybe one day I might do something like this, but I never actually really thought it would happen. So this is it really is. It's so incredible for me. It's so cool to kind of follow in the footsteps of a lot of the people that motivated me to do what I'm doing, and to actually be here, be talking with Liz digging Canuck. It's incredible to me. It's like I'm talking. I was so starstruck yesterday.
Oh my goodness!
When I got done, I was like, oh my gosh! I was actually talking to Liz digging Canuck. Oh my gosh!
Oh my goodness!
I couldn't believe it.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. And I just want to say, some people in the chat, remember that Casey offered to stamp your YouTube channel name for free. So that's like a $10 saving. So definitely I want to see everybody in the chat going to Excalibur Shovels, because they are, I do firmly believe, and I've had many shovels. I firmly believe that it is the best shovel I have ever had in my hand. Wonderful shovel. Wonderful.
Thank you, Liz.
Wonderful. I think that's going to be it. For all the Americans, have a great Memorial Day weekend. Enjoy tomorrow, because tomorrow's a holiday, is it not?
It is. Yep.
Are you going detecting today or tomorrow, Casey?
I today for sure, and
All
then
right.
tomorrow I'm hoping to get out 2, but I might be making shovels all day tomorrow.
That's not a
So-
bad thing. That's not a bad
It's not,
thing.
because I'm going to be helping someone else find treasure.
Right
So that
on.
makes me happy.
Oh my goodness, right on. That is going to be it for today. Once again, check out the Key Date Kid. Check out Excalibur Shovels. And I will catch you all on Tuesday with the video. Have a very safe weekend if you are out and about. Please be safe, and we'll catch you on the flip side. How about that? Thank you, Casey, for joining us today. Wonderful.
Thanks for having me.
I had a great time. Thank you, Casey, and everyone else. Enjoy the rest of your day. All right.
Thanks, everybody.
Get your official Diggy Connect merchandise at Teespring. Mugs, t-shirts, hoodies, and more. Remember that every purchase you make helps to support the channel. Check out the link in the description down below.